This is Wulves Den, the pilot.
The pilot. Fuck, let's do it. The pilot.
I'm doing whatever the fuck we doing. So
the pilot.
The Virginian pilot.
That's actually fire. What's that one there? Virginian pilot.
Mm-hmm.
That might stick.
Virginian pilot.
Virginian pilot, yeah.
That might stick.
You live right now? Is we all the way live right now?
I'm getting there.
Hey. Mic check, mic check. Welcome to the Wulves Den Podcast. I am one of your humble hosts. I go by the name of Jay Wolf. To my left, I have, please introduce yourself.
Y'all can call me Hurricane. I don't take no liberties with my name.
Straight like that. And to my right,
Y'all can call me Liquid. That's what they call me when I'm on stage.
and we're going to keep it easy like that. All right. Topic number one, man. This is our first go at this, go around, getting everything started off. Where are we located right now?
Right now, we're in Secret Chord Laboratorys in an undisclosed location in Virginia Beach, Virginia, the United States of America.
It's like a spaceship in here, for real.
So what we're in right now is
Time capsule. Looks like.
we're inside of thousands of pounds of sand, thousands of pounds of drywall, layers and layers of insulation, green glue in between them. That's a chemical that turns motion vibrations into temperature. It just increases the temperature a little bit rather than letting the motion come through, so the sound can't penetrate
That's
our
wild.
walls. Diffusers behind, built on a fractal pattern. If you don't know what that is, go ahead and Google that. Pause this real quick, YouTube that, and understand what's going on here.
It sounds like technology from Wakanda. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's a laboratory.
Jesus
It's a
Christ.
recording studio, and it's the laboratory that we've done some neuroscientific behavioral experiments, and we'll get into that much later. But
All from behind
Secret Chord Laboratories.
Secret Chord Labs.
If I
All
come
from
outta
behind
here-
the great minds.
If I come out of here with an ear growing on my forehead or some shit, y'all will know what
I don't
happened.
know what's happening from the great minds of a Jew and a mulatto. Good job.
how do I get mulatto? Is black and Puerto Rican mulatto? Is that a thing?
I feel like you have to go with mulatto. Like you definitely circle other on your test.
It all depended, actually, man. In elementary school, I felt like whichever ethnicity could use my help the most, that's the one I checked. So, like, when I'm doing English test, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get a good grade in this. Hispanic, that's what I'm checking. Doing a math test, I'm like, yo,
I really feel away right now.
Son, when I was like younger, I was super light skinned. I thought maybe I could get away with white, like with a tan. Every time we took tests, I would be eyeing that white bubble.
I
Like,
really
ABA
feel
wouldn't
like
even notice.
y'all got some type of privilege I don't understand because I can't. That ain't never been my.
At what point are we going to acknowledge and address this light skin?
No, like, 'cause
Is
been going
it
on
a
for the
privilege?
centuries.
It's a something.
It's a something. I don't know if it's
It's
a
a
privilege? It
something.
might be.
I don't know exactly what you call it, but it's definitely a something, and recognize that shit.
Darkies are always so angry.
Y'all lucky this the pilot. I'm gonna chill today.
Pilot, you gonna cool it off.
I'm gonna
but-
chill
but
today.
Let's just keep it funky, man. Since the dawn of time, it's always been the light skin, dark skin war going on, and let's just face it, man. You know,
That
the field versus the house.
Hey, hold tight, man. On Don Cheadle.
Yo,
Don't do this right now. Don't do
is
this
this how
right
you
now.
gonna kick it off?
this is the pilot.
Don't do this right now.
Trying to,
We starting like
Let's
this?
starting the pilot this way.
Wow.
Let's
Yo,
keep it
you-
funky.
okay.
all the way funky. Everybody knows that's something that was put on us. We ain't gotta embrace that fully.
Yeah, fair
However-
skin, make the sweet tea.
However, at any given time, we could always get into these jokes because that's why.
Yeah. Just as long as we keep it light, man. Let's keep it lighthearted. So, big thing that just happened recently, man, for our state, for our city. Had something in the water thing come through here. How you feeling about that?
I'm too hyped about something in the water, man.
How you feeling
I'm
about
too hyped about that.
I'm hyped for two different reasons.
Let's go.
Okay.
I'm hyped because, for the most part, everybody was on their best behavior.
We didn't act
It
up.
was big for the
We didn't
city.
act
It
up
was
in front of
big
the
for the. It
company.
was big for the 7.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
It was a lot of power players out here. a lot, like it was a lot of industry going on. It was a big move, and I'm hype. I'm really hype about that. I'm also hype equally that we've collectively discussed this years ago. We could have done something like this a lot sooner. We could have done this sooner. But I'm hyped nonetheless.
Yeah.
It's hype like, oh, they proved my point.
They proved the point. I mean, definitely we've been talking about something like this for the longest because we've been dope. And
anybody who's been in a musician or an MC in Virginia Beach over the past 30 years has been in this conversation a million times. When you're in a room with your dudes and you're talking about all the talent in the local area, like this is definitely something that's been bubbling on the minds of everyone here since like the dawn of music period. Like the fact that it finally went down, that was just, it was good to see everything we've been talking about confirmed on a major scale.
It was super dope that we was able to do it. Part of me was a little sad that it took Pharrell to do it. But then part of me is just like, it would have had to have been Pharrell.
It had to be Pharrell. That's how I felt.
Yeah, to be at that magnitude that it happened, it could
have been Missy.
It could have been.
That's true.
It could have been Missy.
That's
it could have been Tim.
It could have been Tim.
I don't know Missy and Tim connections, but I feel like it would have taken Pharrell Williams to get.
I think the magnitude that it ended up being.
Yeah.
I think Pharrell would have had to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Son Hope was in
but
the city.
There were other people who could have done it. I think they could have done it.
I can see why you say Missy and Tim.
Yeah, I mean,
they're in that open creative space.
Yeah,
definitely.
I just and that's not to say I'm like, oh, they should have done it. Yeah. Like I'm just saying that acknowledge I acknowledge their abilities or what they could accomplish.
Both of them icons, definitely from the 7. But honestly, Pharrell's our Jay-Z to New York. You know what I mean? Like, there's nobody here with that big of anything. He's been in music. Like, he's a behemoth of music. He's been in music since, like, I think Pharrell's a vampire. There's no way he's the same guy wrote for Rex and like, come on. You wrote with Teddy Riley back in the 90s. I was still in school. Yeah. How is Pharrell still, like, looking like he's 13? But
that was like amongst like the first 20 verses I ever memorized. Is that Rex and Effects?
And had no idea who Pharrell Williams was until like maybe a decade later.
Like Nori.
Yeah, until a decade later, and you're like, oh, that's the same dude. Wait, how old is he?
Oh man,
is Nori the one who put us on to Pharrell?
I think.
Is that fair to say that Nori put us on?
I think that might be, yeah. And I actually remember a story. I don't know if I read it somewhere or something, where someone was saying that track isn't originally mixed like that. It wasn't what. It was something else, and Pharrell changed it.
Why do I feel like he did
that? No, I don't know. I can't remember where I heard that story, but I did hear that.
Hands down, one of the dopest producers in music, especially in our culture, not just from VA, but in music in general. He just happens to be from here, so I feel like nobody would have been able to do it to this magnitude, to have the artists that they had. Like, it would have taken nobody but Pharrell Williams. I mean,
and I like the fact that he expanded it to more than just music. Like, he had a whole thing where people were pitching their startups, and like he wanted to include tech in it, technology. He wanted to include the people, the culture, more than just the music. Even though the music is a big influence on the culture, like the fact that he was expanding like that, like that's what I'm really into.
He even brought fashion and a bunch of other things. I mean, we had the giant cars sitting on the beach. I really wanted us.
That was dope.
I really wanted us to keep that, but built a basketball court, like, and then I'm hearing he signed on for 5 more years. So look, my question is like, how do you top that?
How do you top Hov?
How do we top Hov?
But
Hov performed at our beach.
But you understand what the
Hov.
I'm not saying it shouldn't happen again at all. What I'm trying to make you understand as far as magnitude.
Yeah.
Is as far as how hard they're going to have to come next year because of how hard they went this year.
He's got to have Beyonce.
No, hold on. Let me get into this. Let me get into this a little bit.
Okay.
There are no fucking dates out for next year. For projected next year. There are no dates out. And hotels are already
sold out.
Selling out.
Yeah. That's nuts.
Like that's 4 figures of a room.
That's nuts.
A night.
He's changing the whole landscape.
Shit is getting different out here.
It's finna get real, bro, because once the city starts seeing they can capitalize on this kind of a money, man, I'm telling them what they might be able to build here from it. I mean, we might actually finally get a team.
We gotta have a mass transit.
Wait,
system
there are
for
no
that.
dates for the show, and the hotels
No
are
dates.
sold out already.
Yeah, they're already selling them out
With no dates for the
with
show.
no dates. They're just guessing, like, this range of days might be good.
He's bringing up the whole value of the city.
Of the city, bro. That's nuts.
It's fucking heavy.
He's got to have Beyonce on the next one, or else it's gonna flop.
He gonna have to have Drake and J. Cole come up
They
there
gotta,
together
they gotta dig
and
up
do
Michael
songs
Jackson.
back and forth.
They gotta dig Michael up and have a hologram or something on top of like.
He's really gonna have to really.
He's gotta go
Jesus
hard,
is gonna
bro.
come back on the very last one.
On the
It's
last
on
day,
the
and-
very last something in the
And
water.
it turns out he has
That's
a
cool.
track produced by Pharrell. Yo, Jesus gotta put out an album.
Yo,
produced
what
by
if
the
it's a
Neptunes?
what if it's a remix to Tupac back?
Son, Jesus.
Yo.
I'm on time for that.
Oh my God.
Jesus rapping a Tupac back. You're nuts.
He's gonna
Oh
be
my
the
God.
Soundtrack to the Rapture. Is that what's going on?
Son,
Don't even get me started.
all years like he wasn't with me shooting in the gym. As he's damning you down to the
Also, let's take some time to acknowledge all the VA shit that Pharrell had in Something in the Water. How he brought back every artist from the area. I'm not gonna say
Nah,
every.
don't
Not
do
I'm
that.
not gonna say
We
every,
talked about this
because then it's-
because
Yeah.
I
Some didn't
These
show
are
face.
facts.
Some didn't show face. It kind of felt like some of them had to be coerced by the other names in order for them to show. I feel like Trey Songz might have. Why did Chris Brown have to bring you out? Like, you're from here too. Like, why didn't you have a whole segment or something? It looked like you just had to jump on for the feature.
But you don't think it could be a VA power move to have, like, let's both go out there at the same time? Like, let's not do one or the other. This gonna be a combined VA unity. We gonna show him how.
He could have and still had his own set. Like, he still could have came out and then like his own, like, VA fucks with Trey Songz too. Like,
Yeah.
he's
man.
if you anybody from here, we support heavy. Like, I feel like he should have.
Man,
I
D'Angelo
worship
is from up the street, and we talked about this.
See, D'Angelo.
D'Angelo should have, and I
He's
understand
somewhere with the Vanguard in Africa, man. Like, I don't know what he's doing.
he could have came home for a little bit. This
I
could have
would
been.
have liked to see
This,
the Vanguard.
this would have
at the
been
beach. That
a
would've been
major
Would've been nuts.
opportunity to expand in the genres of music that Something in the Water is going to present. Because D'Angelo is from here and he's from a different genre of music,
But
it
we
was
gotta-
an opportunity to put that on display.
We gotta accept the fact that at this point, unless you're in our age range, a lot of people don't know who the hell D'Angelo is.
This is a
Couldn't-
good, that's
couldn't-
good
couldn't tell
opportunity.
couldn't tell you a D'Angelo song, like, you know, like we know who he is. He's from
That's maybe why he wasn't a part
he's
of it.
from when we was in the streets. But you know, a lot of people would be like, who's who? He's from here. It's sad. If you were born in, there's a
I'm not
chance that you were
ready.
born after
I'm
94.
I'm not ready to give up on it.
I hear
Everybody
you.
in this
I
room
hear
knows
you.
who D'Angelo is.
Everybody does.
If we went to Lindhaven Mall right now and started asking people about D'Angelo, do you think
They wouldn't know nothing about that brown sugar.
it depends? Man.
I agree.
Brown
They
sugar's
wouldn't
a
know how
great
to.
joint.
They wouldn't know
I
how
agree,
it feels.
and I feel like
They couldn't tell me
and
how
I
it
feel
feels.
like that's a travesty,
Pause.
and we need to do something about it.
Is it an age thing though? Like if we
Possibly.
ask people 30 and up, I feel like 30 and up they gonna know.
You know what it is? We're responsible for what they don't know. I feel like our generation,
Facts.
our slackers,
We dropped the
are the
fucking ball.
reason they don't even know about stuff
Like,
like
collectively,
D'Angelo. Collectively,
We
actually.
dropped the
I'm
ball.
glad we're having that conversation because a lot of kids is just like a lot of people just be like, yo, that new generation, they don't know what's up, man. They behind, blah
They-
blah blah.
nobody
Nah,
taught
That's
them.
your
Respect.
fault, son. If
Yeah.
the new
Nobody
generation
taught
is
them.
whack, that's your
That's
fault.
your kid, and they don't
Yeah.
know. That's your fault.
That's your fault. That's the responsibility is on us.
My daughter can spit Nas. I know I can verbatim. Like, she knows. And she's been hearing it
That's
her
dope.
whole
You know what's crazy?
life.
My son knows songs by Bilal.
Wow. Okay.
Like since he was like 4, he knows those
Out here on
songs.
his neo soul tip.
Yeah, like that's his, he'll
Right on.
hear certain songs. He's like, oh yeah, I know this one.
Wow.
You gotta teach him, man. A friend of mine, you know, he's my friend of mine's nephew. You know, Jason Cologne. His nephew Noah knows the choreography from New Edition songs.
Oh,
Be
shit.
out here, man.
That's dope.
And can do the dance steps from the video. He's like 8,
That's
9.
no, like that's dope. That's
Maybe
like that's
10.
how you preserve culture.
Yeah. And to see that in somebody literally be like, your parents was outside.
Yeah, so just to make
They're
a
teaching you
statement,
something.
if you were older head and you dissing the younger generation, but you not reaching out at all, you're whack as fuck.
What have you taught
whack.
him? What have you
Speak-
taught him is a
You
question
whack.
you got to ask yourself. What have you taught him?
I just remember
Each
something
one.
now that we hear that you was when you just said a few minutes ago about bringing back something in the water and how they got to bring Beyonce. Let me just say, a lot of her new music, not even like super new. Some of her music is recently dropped on other platforms other than Tidal,
Right.
and I really appreciate it.
Mm.
I'm not even gonna lie, because this song right now that she did a remix to old, it's like that cookout song. Fuck.
That Beyonce did?
Yeah, it's some new shit. It just I don't know what I can't remember the name of the song right now,
I'm
but
all about cookouts.
it makes me wanna do the electric slide
Mm.
and have a really good fucking time.
Okay.
It's a dope
Like
ass
that
song,
feeling.
but it's not her. She didn't write it. It's I want to say it's
never
Earth,
written
Wind,
a
and
song
Fire. I'm not 100%. I'm
I
almost
want an
positive
asterisk. I have
I'm
to
wrong.
Put next to Beyonce when people say she's like one of the greatest artists ever. I gotta put an asterisk on her.
I think
never
she's a
written
great
song.
performer.
She's never written a song.
She's a great
I
performer.
don't think
That's what I
that's
think.
true.
No, it is. She's
I don't know.
she's
I don't
got
know.
excellent writing.
I don't know. I've
Every
never
major
delved that.
I
song
know that
she's
she
ever
has
recorded-
writers, but I don't to say that she's never written a
Jesus,
song.
what is the name of that song?
Or as I've heard, I'll do a little bit more research on that. We'll fact check it and come back. But as far
Yeah.
as I've ever been told,
We'll fact check
Beyonce
that
has
one.
never she doesn't write her own music. She's basically has always sung.
I know there was
something,
a lot of noise not long ago about one of her songs and
which isn't
how-
a problem.
how she had like 6 writers and none of
Yeah.
them were her.
Yeah.
And it was like a really simple song. And they're like, why did that take 6 people to write that?
Even the biggest, like to the left. Neo wrote that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
but
Yo,
been
Neo
the-
on the low,
Neo has
Yeah,
on the
been
low,
in the game
Neo
for a
has got some hits out there that
penned
people.
half of R&B and people
Yeah.
don't even know about.
Yeah,
Like,
he has got
really-
some hits that a
he's
lot
out
of
here.
people don't know about.
Yeah, respect to Neo for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the person that delivers it.
Oh,
that
before I
delivers
let
the
you go.
difference.
Oh.
Yeah,
They redid the joint.
She redid that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
And then they
It's
mixed
got
in
confirmation.
Okay.
they mixed in Candy from Cameo.
Right.
And that shit made it super dope. And
That's
bro.
sultry.
Oh,
And
that's about
I-
to be the barbecue anthem this
Damn.
summer.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, I
Are we
cannot
sliding
stop
to Beyonce
listening to
this
this
year?
shit.
Is that what we doing?
I cannot stop
Beyonce.
listening to this
Are we
shit.
sliding this year up to everybody barbecue with Beyonce?
I'm coming with mad tropical storm energy. Like I'm
Okay.
wearing parrots
The
and
Hawaiian shirts.
Hawaiian shirts
I'm with it.
and plaid shorts.
Oh,
Yeah, like I'm coming out hard. I'm putting out a lot of that type of energy.
Cookout energy.
Yes. Yes, I'm that's where I'm at.
What's the policy on like? Are we frowned upon for just sliding up on anybody's cookout? That
We
really invite
family.
to? We
Hey
Everybody-
cousin.
I feel like black people can be family
Hey,
with
cousin.
everybody. son.
Everybody
Hey
cook
cousin.
Hey cousin.
We
Can
are
we hate cousin
family.
anybody? In,
Hey yo, if we pull up with a boombox and somebody's knocking that before I let you go, I
feel
think
like
we-
they might let us
I
rock.
think
I
we
feel
gon-
like, I feel like you get a
we
better
might
chance
make
if you
it.
pull
I feel
up with the Earth, Wind, and Fire by Beyonce. Like
I feel like
we
like
might
that.
make
They
it.
that
might
might
let
be the
us rock.
skeleton
They
key to
might-
every barbecue.
How y'all doing? We
Y'all
just came
might
to get a
need
plate.
some of that in your life. Hey,
Hey, you don't remember me?
you know, hey,
Remember
how is
Slim?
your mama and them?
Remember on your second court inside?
You gotta ask.
Come on now.
All you gotta do is just ask light questions.
Hey.
All you gotta do is ask light
How your
questions.
mama
at
doing?
the-
I remember
yeah.
she had that condition going on. What's
Ask
going
a
on?
question that you don't actually want to answer for, and
You
just
gotta
keep
keep
talking.
it like super.
Yeah, and just keep going
super
with
wide
it.
range that everybody would deal with. She's still having that condition going on. Man. Oh yeah, man, she getting through it. Though.
Is everything okay? Because you were dealing with. Yeah.
Last year,
How
Yeah,
you doing
yeah,
in college? Because
yeah.
last time I seen you was off doing, just
Yeah.
you don't actually get into
Yeah, nothing detailed.
nothing
We're
heavy.
gonna go ahead and get this plate and tip on out here. Y'all be good. Praise God.
Praise God,
Yeah.
hallelujah. Out the door.
I
Slide
don't
off,
know if
bro.
I don't know if I could roll up on anybody.
I'm down with
barbecue,
being
man.
the wedding crashers of the cookout world. Like, I'm with that.
I feel more comfortable crashing a wedding
I
than
need
a barbecue.
to, as long as we get some intel and I find out who made the potato salad first. That's important to me.
Facts.
I need to know. Not everybody make potato salad like how.
Why is that such a judgmental?
I
piece
don't
in
know.
our culture?
I don't
That's
know.
like an icon of the culture.
I don't know,
Potato
and
salad.
made
I
it? Just
don't
who
give a
made it?
fuck
Just really
because
finding out who
I
made
need
it.
to know who made it.
That's crazy. Who made the potato salad?
Yeah, I mean honestly, it's
Are
the
you
same.
picky?
It's
Are you
that
picky on
same.
your potato salad? Is that a
Absolutely.
thing?
It's that.
Absolutely.
It's that, and also just generally with food in that type of environment, where everybody's bringing some. It's the same reason I don't do potlucks in like corporate offices.
Facts.
You might have all kinds of fucking shit going on in your house, and you in the kitchen where socks hanging from the ceiling fan.
Yikes.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if you got socks hanging from your ceiling fan, that's your fucking business.
I will say
But
this though.
That's your shit, Dave. I'm not
6
judging.
dogs, 5 cats.
That's your
3
yo.
gerbils,
How
2
you
rabbits.
live is your business. How you live is your business.
Somewhere in the top.
What if you got some sugar gliders going from place to place in the room?
It might be people shooting dice in the bathroom and shit. I don't know what's going on where you live at. Is what I'm saying.
To their credit,
I'm trying to understand the
I've
environment.
participated in a couple work potlucks, and I will say that there's been some dishes that people have brought. I'm like, okay, introduce me to something different. You know what I mean? Like you gotta. It's really a hit. It's a 50-50.
Hey, look here, man.
It's dangerous.
I've been to some places where I was shooting dice in the bathroom.
Yikes.
I wouldn't want to eat no food out of them places. Is what I'm saying.
I gotta say, I've never shot dice in a bathroom. How do you fit multiple? Like, I'm trying to understand the mechanics of shooting dice in the bathroom.
I'm curious as to the nomenclature of this.
Or like maybe we're all outside.
It's a
and,
big ass
like, we're
bathroom.
shooting
I
in
don't.
the bathroom.
I mean, what you want me to say?
Y'all ricocheting off the tub, like wow.
Yeah, it was.
That's nuts.
The good thing about being in Virginia Beach potlucks is, though, especially with corporate ones, there's a high chance that there are multiple Filipinos in your office.
Facts.
Somebody knows how to make lumpia
Somebody
and
brought the lumpia.
Facts.
lit.
Let's talk about it.
Like we have a high concentration out here in Hampton Roads, so like
Yes.
if you had a corporate potluck, you had some lumpia.
That's
you
a
had
whole
some
thing.
pancit,
If you
it was
live,
great.
That's
if you
a
live
whole
in the
thing.
757 and you don't have at least 4 Filipinos in the tuck that know how to just roll lumpia
Yeah.
for the love.
And every
You gotta
celebration,
have that in the tuck,
every
bro. Like,
celebration,
lumpia-
you get the invite.
Fam.
Every celebration you get, and it's not even like some of the celebrations don't even be real celebrations.
And that's the universal dish too. Like you could be like hella Irish and don't even like any other race, but if somebody brings lumpia to your party, they're automatically accepted as family. Like
That's facts.
lumpia is lumpia the key to racism?
Lumpia could be the key.
You know what?
Undoing racism.
But you know what's funny, though?
With lumpia and pancit?
But you know what's funny though? It's food. It's literally anything that connects us that we all enjoy. And who the fuck don't like to eat? Who the fuck don't like to eat?
That same reason music brings us together. Like,
You would think, yeah.
Same shit. Anything that we enjoy.
Music is supposed to bring us together.
I mean, you could
They did
use
at
it,
the
but
beach.
no. But like, you can use music to divide people. You can put messages in music.
Hence
You
this
can,
little Nas X thing going on.
yeah,
right now.
you
Like,
can do
this-
that. Like that's a thing that can happen.
You got half the country on this. Oh man, Snicker shouldn't be in country music. Why? This isn't country music.
No, you know what's
Keep them off
funny?
the billboards.
You know what's funny, but also hilariously sad.
Hilarious.
Someone actually said exactly what you just said. Somebody,
I'm paraphrasing,
That
but-
was the whole energy of the
someone
move.
literally opened their mouth
Yeah.
somewhere in this country and
Oh,
said
yes.
exactly what you just
Absolutely.
said.
And they said it in a
Absolutely.
boardroom, and then those people decided to take him off the country billboard show.
Somebody said that.
Absolutely. And that's why I'm pulling for it, because don't tell us no. You know, if you don't
For
like
no
it,
reason.
if you don't like it, then you don't like it. But the
Make a song
is-
that's more popular then. Write some more songs that are more popular than that. And
That's
if you can't,
know what's
then you
crazy.
lose. This is the
You
way
know what
music
that is?
works.
How do you
That
go
is
from
the
Billy Ray
ultimate fucking hater move. Like that is the I am the most powerful hater. That's like the Wizard of Oz of haters. Like that's like Lord Emperor Darth
Definitely,
Hater
bro, the
right
Darth-
there. That is
the
the
Broly
most
of haters.
maximum
Yeah.
motherfucking hate that you can put into the world. I don't like you for no like real reason. I'm gonna destroy your shit.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take your shit out the billboard.
You can't even compete here anymore.
And then the young boy still goes and. I mean, you put
Then he does the remix.
you
and
put
gets
the
back up
OG
there.
you put the OG Billy Ray Cyrus. I mean, even we know who the hell that is. Even if we don't listen to country music, you know who the
You
fuck.
heard it.
Yo,
You know who Billy Ray Cyrus is,
you know how sick
He was not telling
you know
your
how
achy
sick
breaky
Miley
heart.
Cyrus got to be right now.
son. Cause she just got out of here.
She's been working her whole
Yo.
career to get in the culture, and then her
Yo,
father just-
and her dad just pull up to the
Her dad
cookout
pulls
like,
up
her
and-
dad just pull up at the cookout like, yo,
Spitting bars out of nowhere.
Hey,
He
what's
pulled
good?
up. Son, he pulled
How
up
you doing,
spitting
bro?
Bars.
I didn't even
And
think
got
about how
accepted.
sick Miley got to be.
Miley somewhere
Yo,
next to
I
Liam.
guarantee you she's somewhere staring out the fucking blinds right now. Just like letting the raindrops hit the window. Like She's going through it. I don't even know what she's listening to.
She's like, do you know what I did to try to be in the culture?
Oh my God. She's like, she's
I
probably.
sacrificed my
What's she
soul
listening
for
to? What is
this.
she listening to? She got to be listening to like some old Temptation shit. Like she's going through it right
she
now.
Got some Phyllis Hyman, Anita Baker soundtrack
Yo,
going on right now.
she's
feeling
got
it.
like some.
She's hurt.
She's got some '90s Tony Braxton going right now. She's going through it.
I'd never thought about that. She's gotta be
going
sick.
through it,
Oh
bro.
no.
She's feeling her
Somebody
feelings
put her on
right now.
suicide watch.
Yo,
If you're
her
her friend, give her a call right
Somebody
now.
call and
just
check
in
on
text,
Miley.
like, yo,
Check on Miley.
I just want you to know I appreciate you being alive right now.
Yo,
don't change
There
that.
was a conversation somewhere where Billy Ray was like, yo, stop doing all this fucking hip hop music. Stick to your roots.
I remember
and
that.
She's probably like, nah, you don't understand. You couldn't do this
No,
hip-hop
what?
music.
Hey, yo,
And he
time
was
out,
like, oh,
time out,
word?
time out.
Oh,
What
I
if?
can't do
What if?
hip-hop music.
Yo,
Got
what
it.
if? What if?
Slid on the track with Lil Nas.
What if my
Spit
creative
bars.
mind brought me here? What if the reason why he told her don't get into hip hop is because he knew people was gonna try to drag him into hip hop, and he knew his shit was fire the whole time, bro.
Like,
What if he knew? What if
I'm
he
fired
knew?
the
He
whole
was like,
time.
yo,
I'm saving
I don't
you.
want to have to come show up and burn this shit down,
And burn you out.
but I
of it.
got it.
Has
Come on,
Miley
son.
ever done a remix or song that's as big as this one?
Not even close.
I don't even
Not
think
even
she's
close,
come
right?
close, bro.
Not even close.
She's got some hits, but
So she
nothing.
just has to
She's
hold
not,
that L.
yo.
Son.
Her pops came and fuck. Yo, that's like,
And he been out the game like 20 years.
you know,
Your pops just comes and washes your whole career in one
He
record.
came back like Jordan wearing the profile
yo,
But not to play games.
yo,
and snapped on the track.
yo, I'm dying right now.
Son.
Oh my god, like,
Damn
can
it,
you
Miley.
imagine that
We
shit?
didn't even think about you, Miley.
We did.
Are
Yo,
you-
This whole
like,
thing.
Miley, if you
That's
ever
like-
see this, hit
Oh
us
my
up.
That's
God.
We
terrible.
care,
We got
That's like if
We
you was a
care.
boxer and it's only because your dad was a boxer, and then this nigga come out of retirement when you the heavyweight champion of the world,
After you retired.
and he beats the shit out of you in London
Just
for like
watch.
with like $150 million on the line,
Oh.
Lost you, son.
bro. You are done. There's
Oh,
no
no.
coming. Your dad whooped your ass
She could
as
always
a
be like
grown
an
ass
actress or
man
something.
on live
She gotta-
TV.
she gotta pivot now.
She's on Suicide Watch. yo.
Yeah. Somebody
That's
She's with
so
Liam, one of the
fucking
Hemsworth guys,
heavy-handed.
So she's straight. She's gonna be alright.
She's with Thor's little brother?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pray for her. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
man,
real.
fan.
Go ahead and add it to your prayer list.
No.
They had a kid
God
and
bless.
everything, or having a kid or some shit. Yeah. I
Wow.
don't keep up with the
I can't
science.
imagine my
Oh.
father just like washing me in something I've tried my whole life to be the
If
best.
I ever find out my
That's-
mom can rap, bro,
Can you? And then she like kills you. Like she drops a #1 Billboard charting song.
I turn around and my mom.
Yo,
has
what
a
if it's a
track with-
diss track?
Son, fam,
What if it's a diss track?
fam.
Oh no.
If I ever hear my mom, fuck Jay.
17
the
weeks in
ether
a
beat?
row. 17
Fuck
weeks in
Jay
a row,
Ward.
#1 on
Damn it,
Billboard.
Ma.
I'm sucking
17
right
weeks
now.
in a fucking row, #1 on Billboard. Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
But, oh my god. Oh my god, I would die.
But it's got to be dope on the other side of that equation. So like, say you have a kid that does music. And
You
does-
probably talk shit at the dinner table, low key. Like you know, I could just.
But
come out
you've
of
told
retirement
him.
and
But
walk
you've
in.
told him
And
so
you've
many
been saying
times.
it for years.
He doesn't believe you. He doesn't believe you.
Whatever, Dad. You don't know. You don't know this culture. It's new. You ain't ready.
And you drop a diss track against your son.
And then you
That's
just
how we
come
ruin
out.
child. That's how you
20
ruin
years
kids,
later.
bro.
That's how we got to this
We
era.
gotta stop ruining kids with this era, yo. You
If
gotta stop
Childish
ruining kids.
Gambino's father just came out and like wrote and directed and performed his own movie with music, and it was the greatest thing we've ever seen, Childish is gonna go ahead and be like a CPA or something. He's
walking
gonna go
out
be
the
an
game.
accountant.
He's
He's
walking
gonna
out
give
the
that.
You
game.
know what's crazy? That's what we thought Kanye was going to be. Everything that you just described, everything that Childish Gambino is what we thought Kanye was going to be.
Damn.
You see how I just made it
That
heavy
really-
in
that
here?
really cuts
You
me,
see how I
man.
That
did
hurts
that?
my heart
Yeah, you
because
just
it's
changed
true.
the
I
whole
did that.
energy,
I did
yeah.
the whole. I did that. I don't even know why.
Jesus.
I don't
Damn,
even know
like,
why.
You darkened the whole. That's
But
true.
we had such high hopes for Ye. That's probably why it's really like, I don't know, maybe the biggest disappointment you want to call it, downfall or anything, because we had such high, like, from the time Ye was George Bush doesn't give a fuck about black people on national television to where he is now, we would not swear he was the same human being. Like that kind of a descent, I guess, in culture is just like people still gonna regard him as like one of the best producers, musicians, artistic people ever, and he's always gonna have fans. But
You know what's
in
really
our
crazy?
eyes,
I remember a time when
Ye was like the one we lost.
I remember a time just before that where I really thought whatever this era of the culture we're in 15, 20 years, people are going to think Kanye is like god of music because every commercial, every soundtrack, every score that was written for every heavy movie, like he was involved in some way.
Yeah.
And that, I'm talking about commercials for everything, cars, like all different kinds of technology. It was
Boost Mobile commercial.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
like what
Wow,
in the
that's right.
fucking
The whole city
fuck
behind
is
us,
this?
that's where
Like
you at,
that,
Jones.
no one had did that. No one had did shit like
Yeah.
that. Not on that level. No
Yeah.
one had done that, and
No.
I was like, yo, this motherfucker is taking shit over, and he's rapping about Jesus.
Crazy.
What in the hell is happening?
Jesus
I don't know what's
Walks was, like, on
happening,
the hip-hop charts,
but I'm with
top
it.
and number one. It was nuts. Ye was the one, man. Ye was the guy, but I feel like at some point, he started that descent, man. And I always tell people this, like right around the time his mom died, unfortunate, tragic, the way she ended up passing with, supposed to be getting something like surgical done to her or some kind of enhancement or something, and it went wrong. I'm sure because he was able to pay for it, he probably felt a lot of responsibility for it, which is something you shouldn't try to wear that. But ever since then, you just started seeing little pieces of Kanye just falling off, and then you end up with the Kardashians. And I don't know them personally, but that family's still kind of like a circus show on television, man. And I don't think that was something that actually helped and nurtured him in that kind of a time that he was going through, as where he could have probably been around some people kind of, counseling him and maybe trying to get his mind back together. Like, yo, brother, like, we got you, we love you, good. But instead, you just out here in space.
I'm
coloring your hair pink and purple and gold, gaining weight.
But is that much different? So I'm two minds about this shit. Like, in one way, yeah, Kanye was supposed to rise and be the one and be like Hove in such a way where he's like an icon who unites people across cultures. But my other side is just like, is this kind of the same Kanye? Like, he's always been controversial, and his tactic was always to rub a certain number of people the wrong way to get our attention, and he's always kept our attention, even when we hate him at the most as a culture.
And now
he's always
well.
been interesting. Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, maybe it's just the flame turned on us, but it's like the same Ye. Like,
yeah, maybe we expected that, maybe just that torch would be just on our side.
yeah, exactly.
And then now he's actually just being who he is, but to everybody.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
That's just, I don't know, man. It was just super weird, man. I just felt like he just got.
I'd never thought about it like that, but
Yeah, I mean, Ye. I don't know, man. And I've been telling people.
and I don't really make like hard opinions on shit, because if it don't concern me and my little world, I'm doing the best I can. I ain't got time to be worried about what everybody else is goddamn doing.
Yeah.
Like,
I got my own music heads. We just look at stuff like that. And
no, but like, you can't not notice some shit like that. Even with me not being really plugged in,
definitely,
you can't not notice something like that has such an effect
Yeah.
on how things look and how things sound, like all over every fucking thing.
Yeah, we were hurt as like a culture. I feel like we was hurt by that shit.
And then now, the new culture. You know how we had our hoes, Lil Waynes, and those guys who were on top of the game. They're actually leading, like, by example, like how they're supposed to be doing their things. And then the new culture is going to be looking at the people like Kanye West. So we have to be like, he's from our generation. Y'all don't remember him when he wasn't like this.
Yeah.
So we can't even, I don't know, man. I feel like partially responsible for us not, having somebody else for them to look up to. Because there was no replacement for Kanye West. There was no, like, when Hove was deciding I'm stepping out of music, retiring and everything, Ye stepped in and was like the biggest thing in music, hip hop, in any genre. Like, he was across the board.
Yeah.
Everybody knew who Kanye West was. So I feel like us losing that big a star and not replacing it with that big a star.
It has to have something to do with the wealth, because there are a lot of young kids now that aren't good at music, don't even care about being good at music, and will tell you that they just know it's a way to make money.
Yeah.
That happens.
That's the saddest thing about music, man.
I mean, that happens with everything.
At what point, though, did we stop caring about the artistry of
Yeah.
music? Did it just
It
become
happens with
casual?
everything.
Has it always been that, and we just
It
didn't
happens
notice?
with everything, and it's just especially sad when it happens with art.
Especially sad when something you love too, man. Like, cause us as people who have been involved in music or fans of music, engineers of music, anybody who's ever has some form of attachment to it, it's a part of your culture.
Mhm.
Like, that's basically, people are like, oh man, you rap or you do this, and like at some point I just need to admit that it's just who I am. Maybe it's not just something I'm doing because I'm trying to get money off of this or because I just want to get notoriety, fame, or anything.
Yeah.
Like, some of us who have been rapping for so long, it's just a part of who we are. We don't know to do anything else because that's all we've ever done from the time we were in middle school. People were beating on the tables and we're rapping. Like, it's just something that
That's
we
me
can
with
do.
fighting.
So that's gonna always, but fight. It's gonna always
is
be
like
part of
I'm-
your
I
culture.
gotta
whatever
do-
your
it's
art
like-
is, whatever your art is.
This is like I
Yeah.
gotta do something with it.
Martial
Like,
art, that's an art.
I've been
yeah.
fucking fighting since I was a kid, so it's like I gotta do something with that energy. It didn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Some people can like pour it into work, and some people can pour it into an art form like that.
Yeah.
We
I
just
had to
need to-
pour it into actually fighting, so I
Yeah.
just had to figure that shit out.
We just gotta pinpoint it. Like, at what point did we stop caring
It's not that we
about
stop.
the artistry? Because it feels like we don't. Artists don't have to be talented anymore to be considered an artist.
Absolutely not.
Half of hip hop artists right now in the game have zero talent. On the way over here, I unplugged my phone and Blueface was on the radio, and not a single line that he spit was on the beat. Not a single one.
I remember
But that's the most
how he
popular
got-
song
That's
in
how
the
he got
country.
famous. Like he had the YouTube video or Facebook video of him spitting, and it was
Son.
kind of off.
Yo,
beat.
you know what's
People
funny?
were making fun of it,
You know
and they
what's funny?
spread it around. Boom, he has a career.
Ice JJ Fish got to be sick right now.
Because that was supposed to be him, but he ain't take it serious
Yo,
enough.
Take it serious.
He ain't take
He
it
gotta
serious
be
enough. That's the
fucking
reason
No,
why.
he
sick
wasn't
right
in the
now.
gang.
He wasn't in the gang
If
either.
Ice JJ Fish was out here, like,
Bro, he is disgusted right now. He is somewhere hurt deep
Yeah,
in
if
his
he would have
heart.
took it 20% more serious
Just a
and
little
then got
bit.
like a cosign or an affiliation,
Just a little
that
bit.
And
he
that
could've
shit
been
was,
like-
it was so terrible that it was hard not to listen to.
that's the
I had
thing.
never
like a train
experienced that
wreck. You
before.
couldn't look away.
I
You
had
couldn't look away.
never
It was so
experienced
terrible.
that.
There's art in that too, man.
Apparently so, because it was that terrible that I could not
Like
listen to it.
we're all practitioners of our art. We pour ourselves completely into our art. But as artists, it's also our job to get attention and shit. There are some people who just learned how to get attention without
Yeah.
pouring themselves into art, with
Absolute-
doing other
yeah.
shit. But we still got to compete with
We
them
all,
because
we
it's like one
all,
landscape.
we all were like,
Is
So,
that
in-
is that fair though? Like,
That's-
if somebody can just say, "Hey, man, I got famous off of just something that was ridiculous. It went viral. Everybody clamored to it."
you know what?
You, on the other hand, you got famous because you had to sit in your room night on night on night, 12 hours at a time, writing, trying to make things suspenseful, putting your beats and stuff together, going into the actual studio, letting the engineer work. You guys have put so much effort into this to get to where you are right now. And all I had to do was rap off beat next to somebody playing a ukulele.
Because I thought about that shit. That's
But
like
you know what?
Is that-
creativity.
I
Is
think
that fair?
it could be fair if it were fair, but it's not fair because of the money. It's always the money, because money will get behind something like that before it gets behind something
That's
of skill, of something
Yeah.
of talent, something somebody mastered.
Because it went viral.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Because money will get behind that, but before something that grew organically because it was good. This is how we get here. Money has the power to shut that shit up. Money literally has the power to shut shit up.
Because as much as we laugh at some of these people, some of these dudes are touring. Like,
Yeah.
some of these dudes, like, we
Oh,
see
yeah.
They doing better
Viral
than
video
me.
games
Slim
are fun.
Jesus
They doing better than me.
popped and went on a tour.
Slim Jesus came through.
I'm
Hip
not
Road.
doing,
Son, he caked up and
Not
got
doing
outta
great.
here. Like,
Yeah.
and they doing better than like 4 or 5 of me's. That's
but every
bothersome.
month- But yet, and yet
That's
still,
bothersome
you still
to me.
I
wake
never
up.
thought about it like that. Like,
Son.
damn, like even if I multiplied my efforts.
No, like, and this is not to say, this is not even to say that I'm musically inclined on any real level, but I can do better than that. Like some of the shit, I'm like, you ever hear some of this shit and you like, I know I can rap better than that.
And I can't even rap. And that's crazy because well, you can rap better than somebody who's supposed to be a rapper.
It's It make you feel something.
some type of way.
It makes me feel like I'm not doing my job for real. Like, because our job is to like capture that market. Our job is to be creative and get their attention.
Distribute
And
that
that
kind of
dude is
art.
doing it better than me. Like,
Yeah.
regardless if you can rap, regardless
Yeah.
if your music
And
is
I-
live, you're doing that shit better.
I
than
really
me.
end up feeling that way a lot, like about fighting. I'm like, yo, that dude?
Yeah.
Come on, yo, I'm better. Come on, yo. It's a weird space to be in.
I think the biggest thing, I guess, lesson to take away from it is that we got to stop comparing ourselves, success or failure,
Absolutely.
to somebody
If-
else.
dude,
'Cause I definitely know that feeling, man. Like, what am I not doing? What is my art not giving people that it doesn't connect to enough to where it can get
But,
to that
Dude,
kind
I
of
would
not
have
the
gave
art.
up
Sometimes
on.
it's just like
I would
the
have
way
gave
you
up on
execute.
fighting a long ass time ago.
Really?
If it was based on the merit of what other people said
Yeah.
about my
Or-
fighting.
yeah.
I don't give a fuck what your art is. If you don't love it enough to love it when don't nobody else love that you do it,
Talk that.
yo,
Take 'em to church,
that's not
'cause
for you.
Yeah.
That
speaking
whatever.
regular the
If
truth.
if
Talk
if
heavy.
you're not ready to love that shit,
when nobody else,
when
is
nobody
seeing it.
else
Yeah.
appreciates that you do it, no one else gives a fuck. No one will come watch you. No one will support you. No one will hit like, share. When people won't do that shit for you, if you stop doing it because of that, you didn't love that and it wasn't for
Pass
you.
the motherfucking collection plate.
Yeah.
It was not for you.
That's really what you was doing it for, then. And honestly,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what
If that's
it was
enough,
about.
because
So
I
your
don't
real
know
love was that other shit, not the art.
exactly.
Yeah.
Your love, what you loved was the fake love that you was getting.
Yeah, the attention.
You loved the attention. You
Yeah.
loved the noise around it.
My biggest
You
thing
didn't love
is
the
one,
work.
I just want
That's
to get
different.
us back to the restrictions, man, because what made music special was that everybody couldn't do it. Like when you got stopped somewhere at the street, like, yo,
Facts.
my man told me you could rap, son. I gotta hear that.
Yeah.
And
Facts.
you spit for somebody. Nowadays, everybody is a rapper.
But you know what's
Everybody
crazy?
can rap because
I
nobody's
think
telling their
you
homies.
know what I think that might be like a side effect of.
Homies not being honest.
That's a big part of it.
We
And that's
gotta talk
but
about
you know
it.
you know what that whole bubble is? That whole bubble. That's the whole participation trophy.
Yeah.
It's like your homie's not being honest with you, your homie's not being
Yeah.
rude with you because, oh, that's my man's. Fuck that. You better tell that man the truth because if you don't tell him, I'm damn sure gonna tell him. And ain't neither one of y'all gonna like how I tell
We
him.
not stepping to our homeboys and be like, bruh, I know you like
I might, hey, look,
I
I
know
might,
you like rap.
I might
know
pull
you
you
love the
to the
coke.
side the first time. Like at the listening party, I might pull you to the side. Hey, look, bro.
Maybe don't drop out of that architecture school. maybe
Maybe not yet.
maybe not yet.
Just
Till
give
something
it
jumps
some
off.
time. Give
I
it
know
some
you better
time.
put some effort into this,
Yeah,
but
let's give it some
everything ain't
time.
for everybody, and I hate that we get thrown. You took the allure away from people who had the talent.
Mm-hmm.
The allure was, yo, this person can do something everybody can't do. Let's listen to that. Let's give him, the time to hear that. Nowadays, you say, "Oh yeah, my man does music." Word, my man does music.
Of course.
My mother does
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
3 of my cousins do
Who
music.
doesn't do
Everybody
music?
does.
Shit, I
everybody raps.
came around the corner. My mama was humming in the kitchen, man. That shit was sounding
Yeah,
good.
everybody does music. Everybody raps. So it's not special anymore. So I guess that's my biggest disappointment with the newest generation because they it's not special to do what they do anymore. We've allowed people to like, all right, you don't really have to have talent to be able to be considered a rapper. And the people who are actually talented, actually working, staying up late nights trying to write things and craft.
But you know what?
things, They're not getting that
You know
same
what?
attention anymore. They're classified with the
Aside,
people that are
if the
talented.
money wasn't involved, and they still had this level of popularity, that would be fair. If it wasn't a matter of who's getting the support from the people who have the money,
Yeah.
it would be fair. Because if it was going that way, then it would go that way on its own.
Naturally,
It
yeah.
would go that
Yeah,
way
yeah.
naturally. And we wouldn't like it, but it would happen that way. And it
we
would
have to
be,
deal with it, yeah.
if we would just have to deal with it. Like, part of me wants to be like, hip hop is just doing whatever it's doing.
Devolve.
It's doing, I don't know, I don't want to say evolution. I don't want to say it's degrading. I don't know, I don't want to say, it's doing whatever the fuck it's doing.
Yeah.
And we don't like what we're hearing right now, being from the era we're from, just the same way as our uncles didn't like what we was listening to.
Facts.
I remember when my older cousins telling me when snap music was popping, them franchise boys, you think I wasn't leaning and rocking with it? I was leaning and rocking with it.
But we all were.
We all did that.
I
We
still
all
swag
did
surf
that.
to this day. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
There's something in the water, like 40,000 people going left and right.
It's the dopest thing ever.
I was swag surfing.
It's still there.
I do it in traffic.
Yeah.
Can't hear it and not do it.
We were all a part of that. We
We
all
did
took
that.
part of that.
And it's a lot of people feel like it's the same thing.
The difference
It is
was
the same
though,
thing,
the difference was though, they rocked with a lot of stuff that we was doing, and we was paying a lot of homage to people that came before us. We were the generation, respect to this music, respect. That's why so many that when sampling started coming, the '90s sampling was like everywhere.
I remember,
everywhere. But that was our
that
way
was
of paying homage
you know what?
to the people.
But you
who
know what?
came
I remember it was a
before
lot
us.
of people mad about that at that time too.
That's true.
It was a lot.
They were mad at
It's
sampling.
always
They didn't
some.
see it that way.
It's
They
always
didn't
gonna
see
be.
it.
They didn't see it
Yeah,
that
there's
way.
always
They
gonna
didn't.
be people who disagree.
Of course,
with
they
you.
didn't want you to run with the wit, but see, we did it because of the respect. Nowadays, it's just like, fuck you, old heads.
Well, do you think
Y'all
where
don't
it?
look- y'all
well,
ain't
do you
rock with
think?
us.
Do you think where it? Hip hop is still relatively new. She's still young.
Yeah.
Compared to other genres of music.
Maybe 40,
Oh, yeah.
maybe
She's
40
very-
years old. Yeah,
She's
maybe.
very,
Yeah.
very young. She's a young woman. So, I say all of that to say this. Do you think maybe this is just like some growing pains? And because other genres of music, they have their like ebb and flow, I'm sure,
Yeah.
where they kind of stray from the tradition and then they kind of go back and then they stray from the tradition and they go back.
I mean, we definitely in the 90s eclipsed the hip, the hop, the hip to the hip. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you were in the 80s or 70s listening to hip hop, you probably thought, what is this nonsense? These
But what I'm saying is like,
crack
I
music?
guarantee you there's
Fuck
still
the police?
I guarantee there are still other genres of music. I don't listen to country often, but let's say I guarantee you someone
It's because you don't like crying regularly.
I can't handle it. I guarantee
Dating
you
somebody who listens to country music, I swear to God, every 3 songs you will be crying profusely.
it's too heavy.
Yeah.
It's too heavy.
You're
I
having a
can't
good
do
time one time, you like something, and then you're like, damn, I really do need a tractor. And then the next track is just like, oh my God, my wife left me for my aunt or something crazy, like,
Oh, man.
and took the dog. Like country music is nuts
But what I'm
sometimes. You're like,
what I'm
Jesus
saying
Christ.
is but what I'm saying is
15 minutes.
but what I'm saying is how do you I mean I'm sure that there are some people in country music who perform now. We just talked about it. It's
Right.
people who perform now
Right.
who are not celebrated because they're new and different. And that's cool. Whatever you don't like it, you don't like it. But I still guarantee you someone can come out sounding like classic country music or traditional country. I don't know, maybe Dolly
Yeah,
Parton.
yeah.
I don't know a lot about country music. Dolly Parton, Johnny Cash maybe.
Yeah.
Couple,
Super old country.
yeah, they can listen to something new that just came out 2 weeks ago that sounds like that, that's tailored like that. And maybe that could still come back. And maybe that's still relevant within the genre of country music.
You know what it is? You can always hear influence in other
Mm-hmm.
people. Like,
Absolutely.
I know so many people who are like certain type of, whether they be producers, artists, rappers. You can hear when somebody influenced by somebody before them.
Yeah, we just talked about it the other day.
That's what we need to start doing more. Like being ourselves. Of course, changing things. But when you hear influence in somebody else's music, it's kind of like that music is always alive.
Yeah.
Like when I can hear certain remnants of certain rappers that I know that got certain remnants of like Rakim, Wu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I can't
rappers
remember.
that started them rapping are always gonna be kept alive. when you're an
Absolutely.
artist that
I
can
can't
be like,
remember.
yo,
I swear I can't remember what it is off the top of my head right now. But there was a song I heard recently, and for whatever reason, I was like, something telling me Raphael Sadiq got something to do with this.
somewhere, and he got his hands in a
He
lot
got
of stuff.
something to do with this. It just feels like he got something
Yeah.
to do with it.
Yeah.
And then I took the time to Google, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
goddamn right.
That's why I fuck with Chris Brown too. Like, a lot of his recent hits, Chris Brown has been having like low key, like a lot of clips from previous older R&B songs.
Yeah.
He's
That's been
making
kind of
new
like
hits.
that's
off
kind
of
of
old school.
that's kind of dope though, because
fire
that's
he's
like
been
I was
murdering
saying,
that.
like with that Beyonce song, it just keeps those songs alive. It keeps
Yeah.
that music alive.
Yeah.
And it changes it, but it still got that same cookout energy.
Yeah.
Don't you love being the old head when somebody dancing to a song and they don't know it came from like a previous
Oh
song?
man,
And you know the
the
original.
joy that I
What
feel
you know
in
about
You know
my
the
heart.
original?
original,
joint.
but then you pull up
It's-
playing the original,
bro,
and they
like
think they
that-
jam from the drop. You like, nah,
That
we gonna keep
is
singing.
what
'cause
that
this the
is.
original
What
joint.
that is. That is like the dying old man's like last.
Yeah.
That's like the last swing of his battle act as the wolf attacks. Like he's like, yo, this was mine before
Yeah.
it was yours.
Before I go, this was actually in my era. Before
You gotta just. That's our last vestige. We need that.
Yeah, man. That's the drop kick
No,
to the
no,
to
they
the
did.
back
They,
of
they,
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
they did my
Is that
man
what it
wrong.
Son, how do you
Not Arnold.
How you run and drop kick the Terminator? You fall to the ground. He moves like
The
half
dude
an
who
inch.
kicked him is like
Yo.
160 pounds. He's like girlfriend weight.
Bro.
And he jumps up to drop kick.
So,
You know-
he
then
ran.
a big 500-pound Thanos looking dude
Do
grabs
you
him
know?
by
Can
the
we
neck.
can we talk about?
They beat the
Can we
brakes
talk
off that
about?
nigga
You
behind.
know when it's
I have to
off
do this.
cameras.
No,
He
hold on. I
he
gotta
was
do
looking
this.
like, "Where's the camera?" That
I gotta
okay,
do this.
let's get it
I
off
gotta
of that.
do this. It's really important that we talk about this because this is very near and dear to my heart. That's gonna be me in about 45 years.
The one drop kicking, or you gonna be Arnold?
No, I'm gonna be the Arnold.
Okay.
You gonna drop kick me, and I'm still gonna be fucking standing like, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's good?
Y'all
How
better,
old is
you
Arnold?
better get on your,
Arnold's
you better
gotta
start
be
eating some
70
fucking
something.
vegetables and
He's gotta
drinking
be
water. I'm
70,
telling
bro.
you.
I'm not.
If
He
you
just
don't,
took
if
that-
you don't
he took
drink,
that, like, what
no,
was
I'm
that?
saying look at.
He looked like
I
who
want y'all to
pushed
look
me?
at the
He
landscape.
turned around like-
I want you to look at the landscape of people that's in Arnold's age bracket, and think about what would happen to them if you drop kicked them when they wasn't expecting to get drop kicked.
I probably killed them.
Exactly.
so he
said-
Fucking Arnold wasn't going for it,
So
bro.
he says he's 71.
But I'm 6'3", 230 pounds. Like, it's a different drop kick than this, like...
Bro,
What was it?
I
Like
need you to
5'5",
understand.
Maybe
The reason why
105?
the reason why this is important is because I need you to understand. Take your health seriously, and you can be a goddamn superhero because ain't no way that's some fucking OG Batman shit.
Torpedoed.
He's got to be 70-something,
He
right?
That's some
Arnold?
OG Batman shit.
71. So he torpedoed at a
You know what?
71-year-old man.
Speaking
Jumped-
of Batman,
that's his
speaking of
feet.
Batman, we need to discuss this whole new Batman shit.
With the Robert Pattinson
Yeah.
shit.
Because I was thinking about the Batman Beyond thing because we did discuss
I'm
that a
with
little
it.
bit. I'm with that. If if he's Terry McGinnis,
Even if they don't, I'm going to go against the grain, the unpopular opinion. I'm down with giving this man a shot of...
I mean, I'm just not.
First of all,
I'm not against it. They gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do
they
anyway.
are, but the Dark Knight has to be a good actor.
DC has a really hard time casting these movies. It seems that seems to be something they really struggle with, and that's frustrating for me. As I'm a fan of DC, maybe even more so than Marvel, but
The Underdog, gotcha.
their animated films are fucking fire.
Oh,
Just
Batman the Animated Series is one of the best animated series of all
Ever.
time.
fucking
And
oh
one of the most...
oh God yes.
Of all
The
time.
whole and all their movies, they're fantastic. Everything.
And they nailed it, Wonder Woman. Facts.
They definitely nailed the Wonder Woman casting.
Son,
So
That
here's
was
the
money.
thing about DC for me. Like, I was a Jack Nicholson dude. So when they said they cast somebody else's Joker, it doesn't matter who it was. I was going to be against it, and I was. I'm like, nobody can nail it like Jack Nicholson. Nobody can do it. And then when I saw the performance, I said out loud, I will never do that again. I'll never prejudge that hard again. I'll never let
That
the
was a
bias
good-
and
that was-
prejudice
off of what
That
Heath
was a-
Ledger did.
off of what Heath
That
Ledger
was a
did. I'm
good
like,
ass
I'll never.
Joker.
So
And the biggest
I'll
thing
let
is
him go.
people
I
saying,
gotta let the young
okay,
Mo
so
go.
so with that, people are on this whole, yeah, man, Heath Ledger, best Joker performance, like best great grimy performance, and then and people are like, yeah, so Robert Pattinson, oh no, not the Twilight guy.
yes, nope. I'm not gonna let that bias get me again. I let
So
it get me the first time.
Heath Ledger was in Brokeback Mountain 3 years before.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that.
Yep.
Brokeback fucking Mountain. That guy played the Joker and smashed it.
And
Like, he
nailed it
smoked
on
that
a
shit.
gritty, hard, like.
He smoked that shit. So you don't. I'm tired of sleeping on people acting
Exactly.
ranges. Like regardless, he didn't write Twilight. He didn't write the Vampire Sparkly. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody
I'm not-
wrote
no,
him a
like-
check
like I
and
said,
he showed up.
He said,
I
gotta
told
do what?
you,
Take
when
my
we
shirt
talked
off,
about
I'm gonna
this.
do the graphics. Got it. Word. How much?
When we originally talked about this, I told you, I think he could nail a fucking Bruce Wayne. It's just I wasn't sure about
He's gonna do
Batman.
better than Christian Bale. I'm saying that. I'm going on the air saying he's
Get
gonna
the,
do.
Christian Bale. I like Christian Bale.
Christian Bale's
man.
the worst.
You're
The fucking
lying.
worst.
You're
I don't
lying.
know.
Where's the trigger? Son,
No,
if he can do,
but no, like,
son, if he can do
but
better
no, like,
than the
that's
growling
me.
Batman voice, and for some reason we're in what
I don't
the
know why.
2000s, and you can't make a helmet where a nigga can turn his fucking head.
I don't know why.
He's
I
worse than
enjoyed
Val
that.
Kilmer?
Yeah,
I enjoyed.
I'll fight you right now.
Son.
He's worse than Val
Son.
Kilmer.
He
No,
is.
that
Stop the whole
guttural, that
podcast.
guttural.
Hold on.
Where's the try? I
Where's the
enjoyed
trick,
that.
son?
I enjoyed that.
Swear to me.
You
Yeah,
have
that
to
was
sound
good.
different. You're a superhero. You gotta hide your
I
identity.
really
Then
enjoyed
you gotta
that.
sound
Then
different.
do the Ben Affleck where you fucking wear the voice modulator shit.
He's
Ben
worse than Ben
nailed it.
Affleck?
Absolutely is.
You're a hater.
I'll fire
Get
you right
Jay
now.
out of here.
I'll fire you
Wow.
right now.
You're
Wow.
Get the fuck out
Son,
of
he's
here.
the worst to me. I'm sorry. The worst.
What about
Worse
Val
than
Kilmer?
That's what I said.
Son,
That
I'll
was
take
not
Val
better.
Kilmer bat nips on the fucking suit and all over fucking growling ass.
Bro, are you fucking serious
Get
right
him
now?
out of here. Knock him out, yo.
I'll stand by it. I'll stand by it.
Wow.
You're a
For whatever
super
reason,
hater.
they decided in the 2000s we're not gonna put nostrils
Yo,
on
you
the bat
looking
helmet. So
real-
let's just make Batman a
hater.
mouth breather.
You looking real unfamiliar
the
right
trigger?
now. You looking real
Val
unfamiliar right now.
Kilmer
I'll
as
take him.
Bruce Wayne, I'll
take
kill
him.
you.
I'll take him
I'll
and George
kill you.
Clooney. Bat nips and everything.
Wow,
on the suit.
and George Clooney?
I said it.
Yo,
You're a hater.
I said it.
You're a hater. You're
George Clooney?
You're officially a hater.
I said what I said.
At this day,
I said what I
somebody mark this time and
I don't even want to discuss this anymore.
Is it?
Maybe
don't
just
wanna
because
hear
I
This is
know.
how we gonna end the first podcast.
Maybe
on
it
JB
seems
and
so.
Wack.
It seems
we
so.
gonna end the first podcast on JB and Wack and Hayton.
I
If
can't
get
even
jumped
fucking
over this,
believe
I'm
you
standing
right
by
now.
this. I'm standing by this. If I gotta get jumped over this, that's what it can
You
be. It
might
can
have
be
to.
whatever.
You might have to.
But I mean, the worst, Christian Bale. I'm saying it.
You're a hater.
Yeah. And here we are.
God damn.
The
I
pilot.
This has been the Wulves Den.
don't
This
even
has been the
know.
Wulves Den.
I don't even know how long this friendship is gonna work
For
out.
real, like
If
this
you want to
might
be honest
the
with
beginning
you,
and end
this
of this
is-
podcast.
this
I cannot
this
believe
I'm,
you just
I'm,
said
you just
Val Kilmer
you
over
exposed some major character traits about yourself to me just now.
I know my truth.
Yeah, like you
Wow.
might have something wrong deep. Did somebody hurt you?
I know my truth. I'll stand by that.
You got it.
Wolves Den.
We out.
I know my truth.